If you're a champagne taste but beer budget kind of gal, you are going to love the travel tips I'm sharing today on how you can indulge in luxurious experiences without breaking your piggy bank on your next vacation. I especially love tip number 6. Let's go. I am all about enjoying budget travel, taking public transportation, and eating meals from convenience stores. But I'm not going to lie. Every once in a while, I want to enjoy something a little more upscale. Today, I am sharing with you 7 genius travel tips on how you can enjoy a jet setter's lifestyle too. Travel tip number 1. Travel in the off season. If you have a certain luxury hotel that you would really want to stay at, look at the rates for the off season or the beginning or ending of shoulder seasons. For example, if you really want to take that European vacation to the Swiss Alps, avoid the busy high season of summer or even fall, and look at prices in November or even March. Although the weather will probably be inconsistent, you could have beautiful 70-degree weather one day and a snowstorm the next. You won't be fighting crowds, and you'll have a beautiful hotel experience for a fraction of the normal cost. Or if you really want a gorgeous, beachy, all-inclusive experience, consider hitting the Caribbean in the summer. When I lived in Nicaragua, July was actually one of the loveliest months there. Rainy season had ended, so everything was so green and lush, and the Pacific breezes kept it from being too hot. Travel tip number 2, use the FareDrop app. If flying in first class or business class is one of your luxury travel dreams, you definitely want to sign up for the FareDrop app and the companion newsletter Daily Drop. And this is not a sponsored video at all. I am just a very big fan. This app was created by fellow YouTubers Kara and Nate. Yeah, I am nowhere close to being in their league, but gosh, I absolutely love watching them. And they did it as a way to help others take advantage of crazy airline offers that aren't usually advertised. Let me know if you are a Kara and Nate fan too. I would just love to be them when I grow up. I have had this app since it first started, and although I haven't actually been able to take advantage of one of the great fares yet, mostly due to timing, I'm looking forward to the day I get to take off in my comfy business class seat with my complimentary glass of bubbles. The app does have a yearly fee, but it'll more than pay for itself with your first book ticket. Travel tip number 3, don't just check discount booking sites. Whether you're looking for hotels or airfare, don't just assume that Kayak, Priceline, TripAdvisor, or Booking.com are going to have the best prices. You always want to go to the hotel or airline's direct website before booking. There could be some seasonal specials or last-minute offers that aren't reflected on those discount booking sites. I would also encourage you, especially when booking airline tickets, to almost always book directly through the airline or hotel in case you run into issues during your travels. It can be really challenging if you have a flight cancellation or delay that throws your whole schedule off to get changes made through the booking site. Another reason why I always recommend getting travel insurance too, which I have a link below if you are planning to travel in 2024 and you are looking for travel insurance options. It's a great place to start. And while you're down there and you enjoy all of these fun travel tips, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't had a chance to yet. It does make a difference and I really appreciate it. Travel tip number 4. Make lunch your fancy meal. Perhaps there's a Michelin-starred restaurant you really want to try, or you're a foodie that wants to try all the best foods in a city. Check the restaurant's menu prices for lunch versus dinner. The savings can be huge. And if you are a foodie, I love to travel for food. This is one of the best ways to be able to afford luxury travel. You can still have all the fun, like dressing up and drinking the fabulous wine, but pay less and get to bed a little earlier. Who doesn't love a little day drinking when you're on vacation? Travel tip number 5, more advice for you food lovers. Start to love the words prix, which is a set menu in Europe. Ordering the set menu is often much cheaper than ordering a la carte, and these daily specials are often great deals, even at the most expensive restaurants. If you really want to up your game, order the prix at lunchtime, doubling your savings and increasing your luxury for the day. Travel tip number 6, one of my favorites. Choose apartments over hotel rooms. If you want to stay in a super fancy part of the city you're visiting, look into renting an apartment instead of staying in a swanky hotel. This is what we did when my mom and I took my daughter to Paris for her high school graduation. We scored an adorable little apartment with a balcony overlooking the park at Place Dauphine on l'Île de la Cité. Oh, my French is terrible. For about $200 a night, in comparison to $400 to $600 a night for a 5-star hotel in the same area. The added bonus was, since we had our own kitchen, we could make our own coffee and breakfast in the morning before heading out for the day, saving more money that we could spend on nicer meals and wine later in the day. Another great way this tip works is if you have always had a dream about staying in a villa in Tuscany, instead of having to pay for the whole villa, there are many that have been divided into apartments. So although you might have to share the villa pool with other people, that's just a small price to pay for living your luxury dream. And I have to know, have any of you had the opportunity to stay in a fancy villa or even a castle? Let us know in the comments where and what was it like. We all need to live vicariously through you. Travel tip number 7, have a drink. If you start to feel like luxury travel is still out of reach for you, just remember that for the price of a drink, you can usually gain admission into the best hotels in the world. Almost every world-famous hotel has a bar, and you can easily walk in and order a cocktail and bask in the fabulousness of your surroundings for a few moments. I've had the opportunity to do this in a few places, and the most memorable was the Empress in Victoria, BC, where we had $30 mimosas to celebrate a friend's birthday and got to pose with the tiger in there. It was a gorgeous bar and just an absolutely lovely experience. If you're looking for some luxury travel inspiration, check out this video next.